Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Namaste, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. This is Donna from Pillai Center. My spiritual name is Ronnie, and we welcome you with love as today we tap into the power time to receive our ancestors' blessings. How great is that? What a fascinating topic, no? So this is, this is Dr. Bhaskaran Pillai, whose picture you see on the screen, and he is the only teacher that I have ever known that has taught us about our soul genetics, about the influence that our ancestors have on us. So it's huge, and we are blessed to know Dr. Pillai, to know of him, and to receive his teachings and his blessings, because he is a fully enlightened being. A fully enlightened being who has chosen to come to the earth plane at this time to help us all evolve. He has been here many times, and each time always with such supreme love for humanity that the desire was to help everybody to achieve what he calls a 200% life, 100% spiritual and 100% material, to have the best of both worlds, to have all of both worlds. So how cool is that? We are indeed blessed. So he has said that the foundation of all religions is love. And it is his desire through Religion of Religions YouTube channel to unite the many different religions by meeting in the spiritual realm, by meeting in the heart. We believe in the supreme divine power taking form in all gods and goddesses from every other religion, and we respect and welcome them into our circle of worship. The intention is also to give an authentic experience of God, the experience of divine love, where there is no separation from each other. So welcome to those of you just joining. Glad you are here today. We will begin, as we always do, by invoking the Holy Spirit. And today we are invoking the Holy Spirit in the form of Lord Ganesha. We invite Lord Ganesha to come into this gathering, to intervene in our lives and bless us. You know, we should always be invoking him first, as he knows the future and knows what we need to pray for, maybe even before we know what to pray for. And he can answer our prayers even before we ask. So we will chant his mantra, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Gam is the seed sound for Lord Ganesha. Ganapataye means the Lord of the Ganas. The Ganas are angels. Dr. Pillai has said that when you call on Ganesha, he doesn't come alone. He comes with his army of angels. And he is the Lord of those angels, Ganapataye. And Namaha means I honor you. So we will chant this mantra 9 times. You can close your eyes. The words will be on the screen if you're unfamiliar with the chant. You can raise your hands, lifting the palms up to receive the blessings of the divine as we chant. Let's begin.
Om Dham Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om Dham Ganapataye Namaha.
Lord Ganesha, thou art welcome into our gathering. We ask for your blessings and honor you. We bow to you in gratitude. So how do we receive the blessings of our ancestors? Well, if you're familiar at all with any type of Vedic astrology, which many of us are who have followed Dr. Pillai for a little bit of time now, there are power times. There are power times when the planets, I'm not an astrologer, okay? I'm gonna give you the disclaimer right up front. I am not an astrologer, but I know enough that there are power times, and I trust the astrologers that I have spoken with, and with Dr. Pillai, of course. And there are power times when the ancestors come very close to the earth plane. And we are connected to them. They are connected to us, whether we like it or not. So we are approaching a time which will begin next week. I believe it is September 29th that it starts, but I'll check on that for sure. But so we have time. I wanted to do this program today so we can prepare if you need to get some items to do the ritual at home or whatever. So it is called Mahalaya Paksha. And it's roughly a 2-week period that happens once a year where our ancestors are close to the earth plane. So here is a video of Dr. Pillai explaining Mahalaya and why it is so important for us to observe this power time. So let's watch and listen to Dr. Pillai.
One thing that makes me happy about this earth plane, and particularly with regard to what I'm doing here, is that I have been able to come up with technology, the technology to change the destiny of people. Take somebody from a slum and then make him an engineer. This is what we have done for the Tripura Foundation in collaboration with the Rotary Club in the Boys' Town. So what excites me is to educate people about time, destiny, and how to change it. And you cannot separate time and destiny, because not everybody has good time all the time, not everybody has bad time all the time. There are fluctuations, and it's important to know how one can capitalize on the good time and also get all kinds of help they can get from different sources. So there is a gift-giving time from the ancestors to their descendants who are living on this earth plane. The ancestors who passed from the earth and living in another plane are going to give abundant blessings. This 2-week period is very critical for you, for everyone. Even the enlightened yogis and rishis wait for this time, which comes only once a year, to get blessings from their own ancestors. So your ancestors, from both the father and mother's side, control your destiny, believe it or not. It also makes sense because I have done videos on soul genetics. You don't simply inherit biological genes, you also inherit the souls of your ancestors. The thoughts that you have, their own thoughts, your ancestors' thoughts. You are not independent. Now, there is a time slot. All your ancestors are coming down to the earth plane. And they are staying here just in order to help you. So you have to establish a reciprocal relationship. You can't do it all the time, but this is the time when you can do. And once you do that, they are in a better place. They are not like they used to be when they were on the earth plane. Now they know better. So they have come here, they're coming here to give you blessings. So I want you to take advantage of this time. And you may be even able to converse with them during this time. Think about them. But the most important thing is doing the tarpanam, which is giving the offering to them. I have talked many times about the tarpanam and how the tarpanam can change your destiny. But because this is a very special 14 days, it's important that you have the specialist priests to do this ceremony for you, for your ancestors on the father's side and on the mother's side. So make use of that, and I have asked Astrowade to find the right people and right places where these offerings can be done by qualified priests. I'm very happy that I'm in India to do this video for you, which is part of something that I do to change your destiny.
Our ancestors control our destiny. Wow. So they influence our lives dramatically, whether we know it or not. Do you ever wonder why we think the way we do? Why we behave the way we do? Without any premeditation? Sometimes we just react. Not always positively. Why is that? Wow. So, as he said, Dr. Pillai teaches us that we don't just inherit the physical genes, but the soul genes as well. We inherit lifestyles, mindsets, and belief systems. These belief systems are often very hard to break. But we need to break free from the negative ideas in order to evolve and be able to manifest our desired life. So, here's another really great, short, but really great video from Dr. Pillai on soul genetics.
Learning about soul genetics is very profitable during this upcoming 2 weeks called the Mahalaya period. This is the time for propitiating the souls of ancestors who have departed the earth plane. One single most important ritual act or spiritual act that stands out very significant and profound is doing Tatpranam during this 2-week period of Mahalaya. Soul genetics gives us understanding about the need for addressing the spirits who have contributed to our own spirit or soul. Not only that we have inherited biological genes, but also, so to say, soul genes. This is what soul genetics is all about. We have to really address this issue of changing our body, mind, and soul by looking at our own souls which have originated from the ancestors, the souls. The science of soul genetics says that as spirits, the ancestors are still hovering around us and the earth plane, unable to resolve a lot of problems that they encountered during their sojourn on the earth plane. They had diseases, financial problems, relationship problems. Although the body is not there, the problems are there, staying with the souls. And these problems do not allow the spirits, the souls, to liberate themselves and to go into light. The only way that they can liberate themselves is through our help, according to soul genetics. How can we help? We can help them to get beyond their afflictions by just giving them some water, sesame seeds, and rice, and some money through this ritual called Tarpanam. And I have been advising that this should be done on a daily basis. And we will have been able to really turn around their life by performing this ritual. It can cure, according to soul genetics, your diseases, solve your financial problems, solve your relationship problems, also solve your spiritual problems as well. Now, this 14-day period is very important because this is the time most conducive for the spirits to liberate themselves. It is spiritually charged time. The souls are given an opportunity to stay all day long during the entire 14-day period. So if you can focus on them, then there is a great deal of good that can happen to you. For instance, there is a pressing problem, a disease, a skin condition, or a heart condition, or a liver condition, or diabetes, whatever. It's not simply because of biological reasons or any bacteria alone contributing to that. But at the quantum level, the soul's impressions, intentions, inherited from our ancestors, created these problems. It will be a great advantage for everyone to take advantage of this time of the Mahalaya to focus on every one of their problems and then see if they can get an insight into the problems.
So at one point I heard Dr. Pillai say, if we free ourselves, we have helped to free our ancestors too. It goes both ways. It's not just that they're affecting us, which they are, but if we break free of that, then we have affected their existence as well and freed them too. So now here's more information from Dr. Pillai on how our offerings can help our ancestors to also break free from the soul genes that they too inherited and were influenced by for their entire lives. They suffered with the same affliction too. So, and then they passed out of the body, and they're still stuck with that mindset. So we can help to free them from that. Let's watch more from Dr. Pillai.
I mentioned that the most important and destiny-changing ritual that I have known is the ancestor ritual. And I coined the word soul genetics to illustrate this phenomenon of how, just like biological genes, there are soul genes, so to say, and then you are inheriting from your ancestors both wealth as well as diseases, and everything that we have come from the ancestors' spirits, and we are linked to it. And then I gave the example of how the genome studies are trying to identify diseases in the genes. Now, going one step further, then we can identify diseases in the souls of the ancestors. Just as wealth can also be identified in the souls of the ancestors which we have inherited, like poverty too. There are sophistications that generally have been ignored in performing tarpanams. For instance, you can do tarpanams for specific problems like joblessness or losses in the business or say relationship problems, or problems like people who died with diseases. I have a vast list of tarpanams for different issues. So I'm not going to go over all of them, but if we just mention to the people, to the asteroid, they will go and check what tarpanam is relevant for you, and then do an individual service for that. That's very important for us to do specific individual tarpanam. See, for instance, they have a dead relative died of cancer, and then there's a likelihood that, this can be transferred. Because, so just as biogenetics, soul genetics is also valid. So what you have to do is we have to really do tarpanam. I have a whole list of tarpanams, which I wanted to talk about because for want of time I can't do that. But, if you just tell asteroid, what tarpanam you want, then they can address that particular issue, doing particular tarpanam. That's very important part. This is the most important time. This 14 days or 15 days is a very important time. We should not miss. Even gods don't accept your offerings and prayers if you don't do tarpanam to your ancestors. So the prayer, in order to be effective, even though they are directed to different gods and goddesses, you have to have there is a prerequisite. The requisite is you have to have done tarpanam for your ancestors. So this is a great opportunity, and everybody has problems, unsolved problems, and the problems are mounting each day, and then everybody is troubled. So tarpanam is the answer. So I strongly recommend that don't miss this great opportunity of doing tarpanam. And then the money invested in tarpanam is worthwhile. And I strongly recommend that if we can afford, do the Mahatarpanam. If we cannot afford, then do, a group Tarpanam. And if you cannot even afford anything, just do the Tarpanam yourself with darba grass, with tulsi and water and black sesame seed, and that will do. God bless.
Everybody has troubles, and the answer is tarpanam. If you observe people, sometimes it's quite obvious their influence. There was one day my husband and I were out on the road, and we stopped to get gas at a station, and there was a young man that worked there. A healthy looking young man, very youthful, strong looking, and he was he was the helper. He stocked the shelves, and one of his jobs was if there was any gasoline spilled, he had to mop it up. And there was just a little bit of gasoline, but he wheeled out the bucket with the mop, and he starts mopping up the gasoline. And almost as if on automatic, he said, "Oh, my life just keeps going from bad to worse." And my husband and I looked at each other and said, "Wow." Wow, because the kid had to mop up some gasoline. That is, are we talking soul genetics here or what? Is he influenced not just by his family, but by the ancestors, and just this whole yuck of negativity that keeps getting passed down? And here this poor kid unknowingly is being affected by all of this, and is convinced that because he has to mop up gasoline, his life is going from bad to worse at the age of 21 or whatever the heck he was. He was very young still. So, it's crazy. It's crazy. And people, we don't know. People don't know. Oh my God. I remember my mother in different situations always vehemently proclaiming, well, I wasn't raised that way. And although, there were some good aspects, of course, of how she was raised, there were also some that left her trapped in soul-crushing experiences. and she never broke out of that. We're all bumbling around here. Most people are unconsciously living their lives in their ancestors' consciousness. But we are the fortunate ones. Our karma has held us back in many ways, but our good karma has also awakened us enough to be drawn to the teachings of a fully enlightened being. Dr. Pillai lovingly shares these ancient techniques with us that have been kept secret for millennia in many cases. So Dr. Pillai mentioned that the trained Vedic priests and the qualified technicians can do Tarpanam on our behalf in order to target specific issues and illnesses. So that is very cool. So I'm going to, post the link that you can check that out, look at the website, see, what is available for you. There are different packages as always, but as Dr. Pillai just said, if none of the packages work for you, if you can't afford any of that, you can still do the Tarpanam, and really for a very small amount of money. So now we're going to watch a quick demonstration of how to do the Tarpanam, and then we're going to be chanting in just a few minutes. So let's watch this last video, and then we'll chant.
How to do Ancestor offering, Tarpanam. The materials that you will need are raw rice or white rice flour, black sesame seeds. Most health food stores carry this. Darba grass. 1 coin, dime or nickel, or gold coin if available. You may reuse the coins. A glass of water. For the purpose of this video, we will pour water into the Abhishekam plate. But when you are practicing Tarpanam at home, you would do this over a drain, in your sink or shower. Place a tablespoon of black sesame seeds, white rice, a coin, and a few small pieces of darba grass into the palm of your right hand. Take a glass of water and sprinkle a few drops over the offerings. Make a heartfelt prayer to your ancestors as you pour water over your hand and say, I invite you to take this offering. 6 generations of ancestors on my mother's side. Take this energy. Be healed. Be at peace. Cross into the light, and please don't forget to bless me. If you wish, you may name those family members that have passed on. Also, as you keep doing this ritual, in time you may increase up to 12 generations. Then pour the rest of the water over your right hand and let the offerings wash off completely. You may reuse the coin. Just rinse it off in water each time. Make a heartfelt prayer to your ancestors as you pour water over your hand and say, I invite you to take this offering. 6 generations of ancestors on my father's side. Take this energy. Be healed. Be at peace. Cross into the light, and please don't forget to bless me. If you wish, you may name those family members that have passed on. Also, as you keep doing this ritual, in time you may increase up to 12 generations on each side. Then pour the rest of the water over your right hand and let the offerings wash off completely. And the ritual is complete. Now watch and see the benefits and improvements to your life of feeding and praying to your ancestors.
So it's quite a simple ritual. And Dr. Pillai has said that even the darba grass is optional. If you have black sesame seeds, a coin, rice flour, and water, that's really all you need. Even just black sesame seeds and water is good. you can get the black sesame seeds at any Indian store, or if you're out here in the States where there's a Walmart, you can actually get it at Walmart. It's in the spice aisle. You can find black sesame seeds there. So, one tip too, if you do it frequently, you don't want the sesame seeds to go down the drain really, because they could sprout and then clog your drain. So what I do, I've got this little wire mesh thingy that goes into the drain to, collect any large pieces. And then I put a paper towel over that. And then I just, after I finished my prayers, I just rinse off the mixture into the paper towel, gather up the paper towel, wipe up any sesame seeds that have tried to escape, and then throw it away. And so no sesame seeds ever go down my drain. So, and that's just a little tip, because we have heard stories of people who, they had to get a plumber out to clear the drain because the seed sprouted. So anyway, it is a powerful technique, and I have had some really very cool experiences with my ancestors. One specifically, my mother was, she was 46 when I was born. Okay, so she was definitely a late conceiver, and she had many miscarriages prior to my birth. And one day when doing tarpanam, I had heard that, if there were miscarriages involved, you need to do tarpanam for them too, for the unborn beings. And so I did, and I just suddenly just got this really loving, warm feeling that all of those children, brothers and sisters who my mother had miscarried prior to my birth, were just embracing me in their love as their baby sister, because I was the baby. I was the last one in the family. And it was just so cool. It's like, oh my God, I never knew you, but now I feel like I know you, that we are connected. So it was a pretty amazing experience. And there are always amazing experiences when we connect. We're all connected, we're all one. So now we're going to chant. And the chant that we're going to do today is for Lord Shiva. We're going to do our Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah chant. We've been doing this one to help save the planet, or help heal the planet rather, that works too. But today we're doing this chant focusing on Lord Shiva, the self of all, self with a capital S. So by connecting with him through this mantra, we're connecting and blessing our ancestors as well. So let's chant now then.
Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Namah 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Namah Shivaya. Shivaya
Now, close your eyes. Continue to repeat the mantra silently to yourself. If you like, you can mingle it with your breath. Namah Shivaya on the in-breath, Shivaya Namah on the out-breath. Lord Shiva, we bow to you. We honor you. You are our own divine self. You are the self of all. Help us now to release any negative thoughts and feelings for our ancestors. Help us to release any resentment that we hold. Diffuse any hurt. Diffuse any heart sorrow caused by our ancestors. Help us to replace any negative thoughts and mindset of our ancestors with the truth of being that we are divine, we are you, and are heirs to the kingdom of heaven. You are the blessed Lord. And in humble gratitude we pray your name. Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah. Now make a final prayer to Lord Shiva. Make a prayer of gratitude for the blessings he has bestowed upon you today. Slowly and gently, you can begin to come back to yourself now. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. We hope you enjoyed today's program. We'll be closing in just a minute or two. I wanted to share a couple of things, though, in the chat for you. One is the link to Astroved's Mahalaya Paksha offerings. If you would like to commission a priest to do tarpanam for you and for your ancestors, sometimes it takes a really a qualified priest to do it. So, beloved superstar is saying, I pray that my ancestors are blessed and cross into the light. Yes. Yes, indeed. That is our prayer. So, Mahalaya takes place September 30th to October 14th. That is the window. So, there are a couple of free programs happening tomorrow that I wanted to tell you about that you won't want to miss. One is a brand new, it's going to be a quick program with Pillai Center Master Teacher Mohini. Manifest Miracles with Dr. Pillai's new Moola Mantra, Shivame Vibhuti. It's a beautiful new mantra. And of course, Moola means the fundamental mantra. So this is the mantra to connect with Dr. Pillai. You can experience an initiation into this new mantra tomorrow to connect with his blessings and manifest miracles. And that happens at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. UTC, and 9:30 p.m. IST. And then at 10 a.m. Pacific will be another program, How to Receive Ancestor Blessings and Prepare for Mahalaya 2023. This will be hosted by Pillai Center teacher Gina Lakshmi, and she'll give some really great tips on what to do and how to receive the best and the highest blessings. So here is that link as well. And again, that happens at 10 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. UTC, and 10:30 p.m. IST. And by the way, the link for both of those things is in the description area underneath the video box. So if you would like to share any other experiences in chat that you experienced today, that would be really great. We'll be closing with the mantra for just a couple more minutes. And we hope you enjoyed the program. We thank Lord Ganesha and his army of angels for coming to us and blessing us. We thank Lord Shiva for his love and protection. And of course, we thank our beloved teacher, Dr. Pillai, for all of the blessings that he continually showers upon us. Mostly behind the scenes, we never know what he's doing on our behalf. So, thank you all for joining. God bless you. We love you. And we'll see you soon. Namaste.
Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Namah Shivaya.